10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Here we go.
Come on!
As Marvel Studios celebrates our first 10 years, we want to thank you, the fans, who've made it all possible.
By giving 10 Marvel super fans the chance to win the ultimate Marvel Studios experience.
And throughout our 10-year anniversary celebration, we'll be diving deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe like never before, with exclusive content and untold stories we've been capturing since the first Iron Man film 10 years ago.
Your passion is the reason for our success. So from everyone at Marvel Studios, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sweepstakes prizes include a Captain Marvel set visit, a Marvel Studios tour, and a ticket to the world premiere of Avengers: Infinity War.
Hey, I found some food. Looks really good, too. How you doing?
Good. Just trying to focus.
Good. Well, don't my dad said to me just before I died?
No.
Me either, because I wasn't there. I was too busy obsessing on my gamma ray experiments. I missed my own father's death because I was focusing on my destiny.
But I didn't miss my father's death because he was murdered right in front of me by my sister, whom I didn't even know existed because she was kept a secret from me my whole life.
I'm really sorry. That was a terrible comparison. It just had nothing to do with what you're going through.
And my family, it's like we're cursed to fight amongst ourselves while everyone else suffers for it. Now Asgard's in ruins, and, well, this sister, Hela, I don't even know if I can beat her.
You're Thor. You could kill your sister.
Yeah, I'm Thor without his hammer.
You're not the god of hammers. You're Dumbo.
Doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's totally a compliment. Dumbo!
This sounds like you're calling me Dumbo over and over again.
Dumbo!
Say it once more and I'll tear your head off.
The elephant who thinks he can fly because he has a magical feather. And then he loses his feather one day and he realizes it didn't have anything to do with him flying at all. It was what was inside of him, you know? It didn't have anything to do with his freaking feather, man. Where'd that come from? Oh. Was that on me the whole time? You think that was his tail? You didn't even say anything.
We're here. Yeah?
Yeah, get rid of it.
Hey everybody, a whole bunch of footage just dropped for Infinity War. If you didn't see it, they dropped another promo with a bunch of behind-the-scenes footage. We got a look at the Infinity Gauntlet with 4 of the 6 gems in it, giving us an idea of which order Thanos collects them in. And then obviously there's that funny Thor Ragnarok scene. That's from the deleted scenes. The Blu-ray for that's coming out in the next couple of weeks, but I think it's out on digital right now. So if you haven't seen it, we do need to talk about Thor Ragnarok stuff during Infinity War. It's very important for some of the changes to the characters. So if for some reason you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check it out before you see Infinity War. But let's start with the big stuff first, the Infinity Gauntlet. There are 4 gems. This is verified as the gauntlet, or a reference for the gauntlet that Thanos actually wears during Infinity War. He's like a 10-foot tall character, so it's not like Josh Brolin walks around with this version of it on his hand, but they use this as a reference for the CG that they add later. So they scan this in, and this is what it winds up looking like on screen. Although I'm sure that they're going to polish this CG a little bit more. Like, this is probably a primitive version of what this scene will look like when they're done with it. Obviously this is flipped around, but left to right, starting with the thumb. So the green time gem goes in the thumb. You can't see any lights bumping up against there, so I'm assuming it's not on the gauntlet here. But then you have the purple power gem, the blue space gem, which is in the Tesseract at the beginning of the movie, the red reality gem. The last time we saw that was at Thor: The Dark World, given to the Collector. There's actually a scene that I just posted from Infinity War where Thanos is beating the crap out of the Collector trying to find it. I'll post a link to that at the end of this. Then the orange soul gem, and then in the middle, like the really big one, is the yellow mind gem. I've already gotten a couple questions about why the one in the middle is so much bigger than the others. The gems themselves will change size depending on the slot that Thanos puts them in. So like, look how big the gauntlet is compared to Josh Brolin in real life. So like, all the other Marvel heroes are normal size human beings or androids like Vision, who's the same size as a normal person. The reason why some of them could wear the gauntlet if they tried is because the gauntlet itself will also change sizes depending on the size of the person that's wearing it. So when Thanos is wearing it, the gauntlet is really big, but when Spider-Man or Iron Man or Captain America tried to wear it, it would just shrink down to the size of their hand. But this is actually a pretty big deal because it sort of backdoor confirms that the last 2 gems that Thanos is going to get are the green time gem from Doctor Strange and Vision's yellow mind gem. So that completely blows away my idea for what the timeline of the gems was originally, because we keep asking about the Soul Gem. That's the last one that we have never seen before in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so we all assumed that that was going to be the final gem that he would put in the gauntlet. But this sort of implies when we see that Captain America scene with Vision and them walking into the Avengers facility, and it looks like he's just gotten his ass handed to him after this big scene with the Black Order, that he still has the mind gem. They are not successful in taking it from him. That scene's also important for another reason, because people saw it and they're like, wait a minute, is Captain Marvel standing behind Captain America? So I was going to do a separate video about this, but just cliff notes, no, that is Scarlet Witch. You can actually see her red hair behind him. The reason why people think that this might be Captain Marvel is because of janky screen caps. So like when things get pixelated, the colors mix a little bit and this red of her hair starts to look like yellow. So people think that it's from Captain Marvel's yellow stripes on her costume. So no, hopefully that clears that up. That's Scarlet Witch. It's right after this scene here where Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon come to help them fight off Corvus Glaive in Proxima Midnight. So it's attached to this scene here. They're like, okay, we finally beat them off, now let's limp back home to the Avengers facility. But also on the Doctor Strange side of things, because they come for the Sanctum, and you see all this destruction here, it looks like Ebony Maw is also unsuccessful in taking the time gem from Doctor Strange in this scene here. Now we have a better idea of why Thanos' Outriders are invading Wakanda. It's probably to come get the mind gem from Vision. Vision is probably being helped out by Shuri in their Wakandan technology to figure out how to separate him from the mind gem so that he won't die. So now you're like, wait a minute, what about that scene where Thanos has the Infinity Gauntlet with 2 gems in it, punching Iron Man on what looks like the wreckage of Xandar? Like, what's going on here? Why doesn't he have more of the gems if he has the red reality gem and the orange soul gem in the gauntlet here? Like, where does this scene happen during the movie? Because it sounds like a whole bunch of stuff happens before Iron Man goes into outer space. Like we just saw this scene with them and Spider-Man on Thanos' ship in the sky here. There's still a lot of questions about what's going on in the timeline, but what this picture seems to imply is that by this big final battle scene, I'm guessing this is happening towards the end of the film, is that Thanos has all 4 of these gems. So unless this CG picture is Thor Ragnarok style, purposefully misleading, then this scene is happening much earlier in the film, and at some point between this scene and this final big Outriders invasion of Wakanda, he gets those other 2 gems. But if you were actually in the audience at Comic-Con, he was actually fighting the Avengers on this place here, and there were some asteroids floating around them. He used the Infinity Gauntlet to huck one of them at him. It'll probably show up in the next trailer that they drop, which should be in the next month or so. Moving into the Thor Ragnarok scene, so obviously this is just a funny moment with them just trying to cram as many jokes as possible into this final scene. It probably got cut because it wasn't essential for the story, but they make a joke about Dumbo. But remember, they had that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory joke where he's going to meet the Grand Master and goes on the Willy Wonka ride that just looks like a crazy LSD nightmare trip. Make all the tentacle jokes that you can think of. Remember, they said that the Grand Master used this ship for orgies, don't touch anything. There's a Jack Kirby illustration on the doors behind them of the Grandmaster, but that's about it. It's just supposed to be a really funny clip. In related news, there is a new Jessica Jones Season 2 trailer. I'll do a breakdown of that next, but there is a new round of that Infinity Gauntlet giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and share the video using those tools on the watch page. Because the Olympics is started now, be sure to click that bell to enable alerts so you don't miss any of the videos, because new stuff will be dropping. But congratulations to the winner from my last video, James Warren. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll name a new winner when I post new Marvel. But click here to watch that Thanos Infinity War scene where he comes for the reality gem, and click here to watch that last big promo they released. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.